If you would have told me the Houston Texans were going to dominate this game against the Chargers, I wouldn't believe you to save your life. But today, the Houston Texans have beat the Los Angeles Chargers 41-29. It was a very fun, interesting game. The Texans didn't really pull away till the very end. It was still pretty much close until 5 minutes left into the game. Before we, get on, the talk of the game, which is Davis Mills, I want to give a shout out to this defense. It wasn't a complete shutdown defense, right? The Chargers were still able to put up points. Justin Herbert still put up 300 yards. But it was a bend, don't break type of defense for the Houston Texans, right? And then when they did let them score, but when big plays needed to be happened, this defense stepped up. The interception in the red zone by Jonathan Owens, and then the forced fumble that was recovered by him. Shout out to him, man, for getting his first start and making big plays for the Houston Texans defense. Simone Bowles' boyfriend, this dude has to be the talk of, the talk of the town tonight. Congrats to him. And then Tavier Thomas, someone who was been solid all year for the Houston Texans. A great pickup. Sealed the game with the pick six. The Houston Texans defense, did its thing today against the Chargers. They weren't going to absolutely shut down, Justin Herbert and Jared Cook and Keenan Allen. The Chargers still were a damn good team. So for the defense to do what they did, like I said, bend, don't break, and step up when they needed to, was absolutely fantastic. I think something that needs to be pointed out was the amount of players the Houston Texans, and the Chargers had because of COVID. The Houston Texans lost damn near 22 out of 50 important players. There was no defensive line. There was no offensive line. And, the Houston Texans came out on top. Davis Mills needs to be talked about in consideration for a Rookie of the Year. He has the most 300-yard games. He has the most multiple touchdown games. There's a great conversation to say that maybe Davis Mills is one of the best quarterbacks from this draft class. Mac Jones is playing like an absolute savage. He's been doing it the whole year. But the emergence of Davis Mills these past 3 games is absolutely exciting to see. He's not supposed to get this. We're not supposed to be in this situation. Deshaun Watson's supposed to be the quarterback. We're not supposed to know who Davis Mills is. And for a guy to come here not only playing 10, 13 games out of high school, he's starting for the NFL. He just beat a good team. He played damn good. Didn't turn the ball over. Haven't really turned the ball over as his first couple games. Definitely taking care of the football. He's arrived. We are starting to see him mature, and each week he gets better and better and better. So I'm excited to see what Davis Mills could do next week, and then the week after that. I think it's more imperative to say now that the Houston Texans need to start building around Davis Mills, whether that's in the offseason going heavy for some offensive line help, and in the draft as well. You're going to have multiple picks from the Deshaun Watson trade and your own pick as well. So it's kind of interesting to see the Houston Texans go into this offseason, potentially building around another guy who could be a franchise quarterback. Shout out to Davis Mills. Shout out to David Kelly, because this was a very hard game. As much as we are calling for this man to be fired, as much as we think he is in over his head, he really stepped up today. Great job by David Culley. Great job by Nick Caserio by putting this roster together, in this matter of a week and pulling out a win. This Houston Texans came out and were prepared in all phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Like the new kicker came out, kicked the 51-yarder. The Houston Texans just dominated this whole game today. Exciting to see, and exciting to see what the future holds for Davis Mills. Let me know what you guys think. As always, go Texans. You guys have a blessed day.